Thanks for taking action and getting the 12-week year. Today, I want to talk to you about accountability. And I want to talk to you about this concept because it's probably the most misunderstood concept out there. Most people equate accountability with consequences. In fact, everywhere you hear that word in society, it's affiliated with bad behavior, poor performance, negative consequences. It's no surprise to me that no one wants anything to do with accountability. And the fact of the matter is in our society, accountability and consequences are synonymous, when in reality, they're two very, very different concepts. At the heart of accountability is free will choice. In the end, we account for that which we choose, and no one can force that. And so accountability isn't consequences, it's ownership. Did you catch that? Accountability is not consequences, it's ownership. That's not to say that consequences don't matter, that they don't play a role in shaping behavior. They certainly do. But when we assume that accountability and consequences are one and the same, we lose the power of accountability. When we understand accountability as ownership, then it's a game changer. In fact, it's a fundamental building block of success in any area of your life. In fact, in every area of your life. And how you think about accountability impacts your actions and ultimately your results. See, in the end, accountability is a realization that you always have choice. Right? So even in an environment where there's requirements of me, I still have choice. I can always choose to go do something else. But it's that understanding that I have choice that gives me the empowerment I need. In the end, we don't control others. We don't control circumstances. Right? And if I'm looking outside of myself for something else to change, then I'm really giving away my power to change my life, to create the kind of life I want. I'm at the whim of the circumstances or the market or my boss or the company or my spouse or something outside of me. Accountability is the realization that the quality of my choices determines the quality of my life. And that ultimately all I control really are my thinking and my actions. But that's enough. That's enough for you to live the life you want to live if you take ownership of that. So I don't know what your thinking's been around accountability. If you're like most people, you tend to see it as consequences. I want to begin to shift that today. I want to shift away from the notion of accountability as consequences. I want to stop, kind of scrub the language of this notion of holding others accountable and looking for someone to hold you accountable. You know, we can support others in being accountable, but ultimately, accountability is a choice only you can make. And so the action for today is to really look at your life and look at your goals right now and say, is there anything you're looking at outside of you that you're kind of counting on for you to accomplish those goals? Because in the end, what you need to look at are the things that you control. Your thinking, your actions. Go back to those goals, look at the tactics and the actions you have in your plan and say, okay, are these things I can own? Have I really taken ownership of my goals? Have I really taken ownership of my actions? And then continue to do that day in and day out and watch what happens. Take ownership of your relationships, take ownership of your goals and results, take ownership of your business practices. In every area, it's a game changer. So we'll come back to this a couple more times over the 12 weeks. But take note, if there's anything we're sharing with you over the next 12 weeks, this notion of accountability as ownership is powerful. Have a great week.